News to all Georgia Tech basketball fans out there today. Jalan Wingfield today has dropped his top 8. Now, mind you, this is a week after he reopened his recruitment after receiving more attention after having success at Adidas AAU circuit. Now, included in his top 8, Auburn, of course, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Cincinnati, Ole Miss, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Kennesaw State. The newest teams of this list, obviously Kennesaw State and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt just offered the other day. I believe Kennesaw State had offered him a while back. But when you go on campus every year, Kennesaw State hosts a basketball event where schools come out there. It's close to home. But now let's bring you back to Georgia Tech. This is about Georgia Tech hoops. Georgia Tech has been in Jalen's ear, or has offered him since early spring of 2024. Has been on campus multiple times. Game day visited, saw him play Duke, and an unofficial visit last year as well. So it's still, everything is definitely open up, is still in the air. Auburn, Bruce Pearl, they're going to have a stronghold on this recruitment. I like what Lamont Parrish is building out there in South Carolina. Cincinnati, that's where his dad, Jalan Wingfield, played. And everywhere else, we'll see. Kennesaw State, I will, I'm a little warm on them for Jalen, but we'll see. I think this recruitment's going to come down to the end, but I think Georgia Tech is primed just as well as anybody. To make the top 10, to make the top 8. Went on a visit there. I caught up with him a while back during the season. He said he feels comfortable at Georgia Tech. Loves what they got going on. They just offered his teammate Trey Keith, 2027 guard. So I think that says a lot. But now, Tech fans, let's look at some more key guys who I believe Coach Damon Stoudemire can pull out for the 2026 recruiting. Boom, number 1, Caden Allen just flipped to warm via 247 Sports. I believe it just dropped his top school not too long ago, top 7. Had Georgia Tech in it. Georgia Tech has been on him for a while now. He's down in Zephyr Hills, Florida, playing with Zephyr Hills Christian Academy, played for Montverde with legendary coach. But like I said, started his high school career in Georgia, played at Grayson, So he knows what it's like. He knows what it is to play at Georgia, to play in this atmosphere. And to be at the disposal of Coach Damon Stoudemire day in and day out, or say this, for the first couple years in Georgia, obviously, for him to be flipped to warm, that says a lot about where that relationship is going. Let's look at some Marcus Gillespie, Lou Dium, So Marcus Gillespie, will start with him at the top. A Georgia lifer playing at OTE right now. Had a big showing this offseason at the Under Armour circuit. So he's somebody that's been high on Georgia Tech. I've talked to him recently. I got an interview out on YouTube. Marcus Gillespie, tell your story. But when we look at all this, we have to remember that Coach Damon Stoudemire has been an elite recruiter of ball. Especially finding these diamond in the rough gems. We look at Lance Terry, somebody that went to different schools, and Coach Damon Stoudemire found him and was one of the leading scorers last year for Georgia Tech. Marcus Gillespie is another one of those guys, for whatever reason, flying under the radar. Now, let's see what he does this year at OTE. Because I think he's a guy that's recruitment is ready to take flight and buzz. So, I think Marcus Gillespie is another candidate to watch. If you're a Georgia Tech basketball lover. Louis Dium, another guy. His close partner, close friends with Mohamed Silla, who committed and signed to Georgia Tech this year as a 2025. I think he's the number 1 center, top 3 center in the 2025 class. So, and was in the commitment video when he committed to Georgia Tech. Had a GT polo on, looking like a student already. So he's a name to watch. Has been seeing a lot of attention recently. Had a solid showing this year in the EYBL this season at Peach Dam, playing with AZ Unity, playing with Brandon McCoy. So he's going to be interesting to watch and see how his recruitment develops. But these 3 young men, in addition to Jalan Wingfield, are some guys that you need to know and keep up with as the winter approaches for basketball. So that's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Get at me in the comments. Definitely follow me on TikTok. So you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the same name on here. And get at me on YouTube for the further and long form content. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Much love. And until next time, stay on TikTok for the latest.